Hello and good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. I hope you all have had an amazing week. I hope the week has been quite good to you guys. I'm just going to get started on this live stream because I don't intend to stay long. I'm basically just going to be obviously reacting to the video of Very Dark Man as he is the Deputy Jesus. So he's known as Deputy Jesus Messiah because he went to Ghana and the Ghanaians they actually coming for him because apparently there was a video he made. I don't understand that video that he made where he was talking about how a certain some people in government or in some people in politics are the one um funding the frauds happening in Ghana allegedly. That video is still on his Instagram page. I don't know why some Ghanaian people are saying that that video is no longer on his page. It's still on his page. Even before I came on this live stream now, I've gone to check his page. That video where he made where he was saying that some people in Ghana or some politicians are funding they are funding the fraudsters in Nigeria. The video he made where he said that all the big houses in Ghana that who do the Ghanaians think are going to buy them because apparently houses in Ghana they are being sold or being advertised in dollars where they should be in cities, right? And I did made a video yesterday that even there was a Nigerian business known as Miss Waneka. She sells human hair in Nigeria. So there was a point in Nigeria where she was selling or advertising her human hair wigs in dollars. And I was like, how can you be a business in Nigeria and you're advertising them in dollars? Like, it doesn't make sense. So that video is still very well on Very Dark Man's page. So I don't understand how some Ghanaians are saying, oh, the video is no longer on this page. It's definitely there. It went on to discuss that Ghanaians are hypocrites, that these things that Ghanaians are actually condemning or calling out Nigerians for, that Ghanaians do the same as well. And you guys know my channel here, I bring videos of foreigners in diaspora who are committing fraud. There was one called Dada Jones or something. If you go on my channel, you find that video there where he's a known big star in Ghana and he was caught in the US doing fraud. There's also like there's loads of videos of Ghanaians and committing fraud and everywhere. So the video he made, like I said, is still on his page on Instagram, where he was talking about fraud going on, the Ashewo work going on, that Ghana people too they do Ashewo work. He also went on to talk about if Nigerian women are doing Ashewo work in Ghana, who are the men? Who are the men going to them? Like who they go buy their markets? So that video is still very much on his channel. He has not deleted it. So today's video is just me obviously reacting to video of Very Dark Man because it was in Ghana. He went to Ghana and he interviewed the Ghana king. So if you watch the video I dropped last night, it seems like the Ghanaians actually don't know what they want, or I think they are actually fighting for multiple things. So the first thing we heard about Ghanaians before they started this talk of Nigerian must leave was that they were complaining that there was an Igbo man in Ghana who is claiming to be a king, and that he wanted to open an Igbo kingdom in Ghana. That was the first we heard of that. And then we started hearing, oh, Nigerians are taking our jobs, Nigerians are taking our work, Nigerians are selling our market, Nigerians are doing this, Nigerians are doing kidnapping, Nigerians are committing all the crimes under this planet. And then now there was a few videos from the one I uploaded last night as well. If you've not watched it, please go watch it so you can understand where I'm coming from. There's also a matter now with the Guta. Obviously, Guta, I don't know the Guta off air, but I did that video yesterday. So they are saying that they are not short in any foreigners market. But also there's been some people who are going to Nigerian shop owners in Ghana saying that there's a law in Ghana that only allows foreigners to bring market into Ghana as a wholesaler, and that they can only wholesale whatever market they've brought, but they cannot sell as a retailer. So I did from that video I dropped yesterday. There were two Nigerian guys. So one said he's been in Ghana for 30 years and he's been asked to pack up his business and leave Ghana. There was another one who claimed that he's been in Ghana for 27 years. He's married to a Ghanaian woman. and he has 5 children. Though when Very Dark Man was questioning him, Very Dark Man was asking, like, don't know, you've been here for 27 years, do you pay your taxes? That Nigerian Igbo guy did not answer that question of when Very Dark Man asked him that, do you pay your taxes? Because it's a different thing if you've been in Ghana for a very long time, you are doing your businesses, legitly. But there's another thing: are you paying tax? Because even me in diaspora, as I am now, I be foreigner for abroad. I work and I pay my tax even before my money reach my hand. They don't come out tax for my salary. So I am against injustice. So if you're in a certain country, you need to learn to do what they require of you. So if you mean that you're selling, you're a business owner, are you paying all of your taxes? Do you have all of your documentation that allows you to do that business you're doing? Because you don't want to be running an illegitimate business, right? So I noticed that I have to go back and watch that video, that the guy who said he's been in Ghana for 27 years, he did not answer that question when Very Dark Man was asking him, "Are you paying your taxes?" This that he did not answer. He did not answer. So yeah. So let's start with the first video of obviously Very Dark Man interviewing the Igbo King. So I'm going to interject every now and then. Okay. So this is the first video, and I've kind of like obviously changed the audio a little bit, obviously, because we all know Very Dark Man. He said anybody that uses his video and stuff like that. So I'm going to allow you guys to listen to it, and I'll just interject every now and then, okay?
It is to clear a lot of things that's going on online and what's not here. And also, I think I'll be speaking on behalf of a lot of Ghanaians because of the comments I see on social media. So I have a lot of questions to ask. Now, the video recording going on, I don't edit my videos, I just post them direct. And I'll be very, very thorough with this information. Thank you very much. So I was believe Eze Igbo of Ghana, that you have seen what's going on social media, where some persons are some people, most of them saying Nigerians must be. And somehow, your personality, your position is caught in between all of this. They say, oh, there's one man, he's the king in Ghana, trying to take over Ghana, establishing Ghana where they already have the king. But the Ghanaians are saying you want to take over Ghana. And for this reason, it is threatening the state and the business of a lot of Nigerians as what they want on the media. Now, this will be a short to get Ghanaians know that, okay, this is what it is, this is what it is. And for all Nigerians and in diaspora and Nigeria, so the first question to you, is it Igbo in Nigeria? Is it Igbo in Ghana? So is it Igbo in Ghana? Yes. Are you establishing a path in Ghana to compete? Or what is your position in Ghana? Let's know your position in Ghana. Thank you very much.
Yeah, very much. You're welcome. For the special grace of God, I was chosen by the community in Ghana to be the Eze Igbo of Ghana. I am the leader of the community in Ghana. In our language, as our local language, Eze Igbo of Ghana. And the Eze Igbo in diaspora did not begin here in Ghana. It's all over the world. It was around. Abuja, Kaduna, Eros, where we coming from. Okay? America, London, Canada, Europe, all Asia, even Russia, where there's women to have this world, but the world, and the purpose of this world is for to preserve our culture. It's for me to teach our culture, our culture. It's for me to celebrate our festivals. It's for me to bring peace among ourselves. It's for me to help ourselves and businesses to support each other. It's for me to make sure there's a lot of numbers and also teach our people the rules and regulations of the countries where we find ourselves, or the states outside the country where we find ourselves. Now, with all these package and more, these are the purpose of this in diaspora. It's not for political. It's not for the challenge of the whole nation or the whole state. It's not for the challenge of kings and queens of the land. It's not for the challenge of anything. But it is for our own people. Remember, we are 100% governance. Most of us are not complicated because and it's our business. Some people cross the boundaries because of the rules and regulations to become government ourselves. That is the structure of this people in diaspora. How to teach our people. But no. So you can cross the boundaries. And basically down here, I did not make myself this program. My people choose me and help me there is no guy. And this is my 30 years of this forbidden. 30 years of hard work, 30 years of struggling, 30 years of peacemaking, 30 years of promotion, 30 years of bringing nations together in that culture tradition. So sitting down here.
Guys, is the audio actually good? Because I think I'm struggling a bit with it, but let's see if I can find one that is clear enough. Let me try and upload one that is clear enough. Guys, please like and share. Let me find the one that is clear enough.
So this is going to be a chit chat between me and the Eze Igbo in Ghana. It is to clear a lot of things that is going on online and what we have been hearing. And also, I think I'll be speaking on behalf of a lot of Ghanaians because of the...
So, Very Dark Man is in Ghana interviewing the Igbo king. You guys remember the guy, right? So, he's interviewing him.
The comments I see on social media. So, I have a lot of questions to ask. Now, the video recording going on, I don't edit my videos, I just post them direct. And I'll be very, very thorough with some of my questions. Thank you very much. So, I want to believe, Eze Igbo in Ghana, that you have been seeing what is going on social media, where some persons and some group of people posted a protest saying Nigerians must leave. And some way, somehow, your personality, your position is caught in between all of this. They say, oh, there's one man, is the king in Ghana, trying to take over Ghana, establish a palace where they already have a king. Practically, they are saying you want to take over Ghana. And for this reason, it is threatening the stay and the business of a lot of Nigerians as what they put on the media. Now, this whole thing is just to let Ghanaians know that, okay, this is what it is, this is not what it is. And for our own Nigerians that are in diaspora and in Nigeria. So the first question to you, Eze Igbo in Nigeria, is Eze Igbo in Ghana. I'm sorry. Eze Igbo in Ghana is, are you establishing a palace in Ghana to compete? Or what is your position in Ghana? Let's know your position in Ghana first of all. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Very Dark Man, you're welcome. By the special grace of God, I was chosen by the Igbo community in Ghana to be the Eze Igbo Ghana. I am the leader of Igbo community in Ghana in our language, as our local language, Eze Igbo Ghana. And the Eze Igbo in diaspora did not begin here in Ghana. It's all over the world Igbos are found. Even in Nigeria, we have in Abuja, we have in Kaduna, we have in Lagos, we have in even where I'm coming from.
Guys, please like and share. Please like and share as you're watching.
Okay? We have in America, we have in London, we have in Canada, we have in Europe, all over Asia, even in Russia, where there is war going on there. So we have Eze Igbo all over the world. And the purpose of Eze Igbo is for we to preserve our culture. It's for we to teach our culture and our tradition to our people. It's for we to celebrate our festivals. It's for we to bring peace among ourselves. It's for we to help ourselves in our businesses to support each other. It's for we to make sure there's love among us and also teach our people the rules and regulations of the countries where we find ourselves or the state outside the land where we find ourselves. Now, with all these package and many more, these are the purpose of Eze Igbo in diaspora. It's not for political. It's not for a challenge of the host nation or a host state. It is not for the challenge of kings and queens of that land. It's not for challenge of anything, but it is for our own people.
I hope the Ghanaian people are listening to this man speak now. So it's not a matter of, obviously he's explaining now. He said it's not a challenge or anything. It's not using it as a challenge because at some point when all of this drama was going on, Ghanaians were like, oh, they don't respect us. Look at how he speaks. That we Nigerians have pride. Like, and I said in those videos last time that, tell me who does not have pride in them. Tell me who does not have pride in them. But let's keep listening. Obviously, it's good to hear his own explanation of how things were. Okay.
Remember We are 100% e-commerce Igbos. And most of us are not properly educated because our nature of business. Some people cross the boundaries because they don't know the rules and regulations of the country where we find ourselves. For that reason, the structure of Eze Igbo in the diaspora help to teach our people what they don't know. So you cannot cross your boundaries. Now, me sitting down here, I did not make myself Eze Igbo Ghana. My people choose me and made me the Eze Igbo of Ghana.
You guys, he said he did not make himself the Eze Igbo of Ghana. He said his people. So now I would love to know who those people were. Are they Ghanaians in Ghana or Igbo people in Ghana? So who are the people? He said his people made him the Eze Igbo. So who are these people? Because if we know who these people are, maybe it will help us understand better why the Ghanaians are saying no. So if it is Ghanaian people that are his people that chose him, then why are the Ghanaians frowning against what he wants to do or what was proposed to be done? Hello, Jason.
And this is my 13 years of this job here. 13 years of hard work, 13 years of struggling, 13 years of peacemaking, 13 years of promotion, and 13 years of bringing the two nations together in terms of culture and tradition.
So he said he's been doing this culture and tradition thing for 13 years, and that's commendable. 13 years of bringing peace, bringing every culture together in Nigeria, in Ghana, and all of that. I think that's a commendable thing on his part, but let's keep listening.
So, sitting down here is not about my power, but the power of the people, but ordained by God. Now, going to your question, my purpose here is not a purpose to challenge the traditional authority of the nation. And I have never, or we have never, the Igbos in Ghana, ever think or had a thought of building a kingdom in Ghana. Nothing like that. We've never had this thought before. We've never even think about it. We've never even acquired any piece of land for kingdom. What we did was exactly what's happening now in Ghana. You were in the market yesterday. I want to help you so that your questions will be brief for you. That's why I'm giving you the nice trick yesterday. You were in the market yesterday. Based on Nigerian shops that were locked in the market. This is exactly what happened in 2013. When President Mahama, a competent president here in Africa and around the world, came into office, newly as elected president after the death of his boss, Else. That's the year of 2013. There was a massive force to Nigerians in the market by Ghana Trade Union.
We saw that. I saw that, and I posted a video about that yesterday. They were practically going to Nigerian stores, shutting them down, telling them that no, you're only allowed to wholesale and not to retail. And I don't know why that should be an issue. I would imagine that there will be a regulated price. So somebody who is selling as wholesale will also have to sell at a price that whoever has bought wholesale from him would sell. So let's say, for instance, I sell candles. On a normal day, my 30cl candle is £25. If I'm going to wholesale to somebody, and by the way, if you're going to buy as a wholesale from me, you have to buy a certain amount. You have to buy up to 100 candles from me for me to sell. So when I do wholesale, I sell to the person who wants to go resell at half the price I sell. So if I sell my candle for whoever is buying for their own use at £25, I'm going to give it to whoever wants to resell again at half the price of £25. So now, if somebody wants to come buy directly from me, I am not going to sell less than £25 to that person. And the person who came to buy as wholesale from me, it's up to them to sell even higher than how much I am selling. So if I'm selling my own at £25, because they've bought from me at half the price, they might even sell their own at £30. They might sell at £35. I don't have any business with how much they sell. So I would imagine this should be the same. Like, okay, there should be a regulated price that you cannot sell lower than the amount you sold to me as a wholesaler if you want to retail. So because you sell, if I'm selling now as a wholesaler to you at 12.5 pounds, I can't sell to anybody coming to buy directly at that price because this is a wholesale price. Whoever is coming to buy from me for personal use will have to buy at full price, 25 pounds. And anybody that buys as a wholesaler from me who wants to resell again, they will have to sell, they can sell at whatever price. If they don't want, if they even don't want to sell at the price I am selling to other people for personal use, it's up to them because it's not my business. I already make my money by selling to them at wholesale, right? So that's how I understand it. But I'm still trying to understand why they say just because they are foreigners, like they reside in Ghana, right? Examples is those two men I was speaking about. One said he's been in Ghana for 30 years, the other one said he's been in Ghana for 27 years. But let's keep watching.
Asking Nigerians to leave the market because they were not following the rules and regulations of Ghana that prohibits retail in the market. The rules and regulations are about foreigners to supply to the locals, and the locals will do retail. That is the law. My father in the law, T.D. Joshua, said he should know the root of the problem before he can solve it.
Before you can solve it, absolutely.
And when you prohibit any law, or when you did not follow up any law, the law will hold you. Now, that is the law. But we see ourselves that we are West Africans. West African treaty govern and governs every one of us. So believe free goods, free whatever, blah, 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 blah. Border crossing and all that. We see it as an opportunity for we also to go into retail trade. Most of us that started coming here early 30, 40, 20 years ago, we are massively in supply. But I will tell you one thing. Many a times, some of those who are supplying, when you supply them, getting your money become a problem.
When you supply to the Ghanaians?
Some of them, we can still.
You heard him there. Those people who they supply, getting your money back is a problem. So it means that when Nigerians supply this market to the people they are supplying to in Ghana, getting them to pay is a problem. So it's starting to make sense now. And I would imagine that if you want to buy as a wholesaler, you should be paying for all of your goods at once. There is no buy now, pay later. If you can't buy all of your goods and pay for it now, then don't come and buy from me. I'm a wholesaler. If I'm going to wholesale to you, I want you to pay for all of your goods instantly. Because at the end of the day, when I'm able to get that money from you, it will allow me to go back and bring more goods. But if I sell to you and I'm having to chase you to pay me the money, it doesn't make sense. And I know some people, they will buy wholesale from you, they'll pay half price or half the money to you, and then they will not pay the completing part of the money until they finish selling that goods, which shouldn't be. If you like, if you want to buy as a wholesale, yes, I will sell to you as wholesale, but I am not going to sell to you and you will give me half money and you tell me that it's after you finish selling those goods before you pay me balance. No. And I want to believe that this is probably maybe one of the issues that these people are having, hence why they resorted to retailing as well. But let's keep listening. It might not be the way so, but
Ghanaians, I don't like the language of plural. Some of them.
Some of them, when you supply them, they don't pay.
Sometimes they don't pay.
some of them,
You become frustrated. And some of us try to, make use of the opportunity and go into it ourselves. Now,
Sorry, I want to break you. Now, if the law says foreigners should not go into retail, and because of this reason you decide to go into details, that means you are actually.
hello, diploma, welcome. So let's listen to this question that very dark man is asking. It actually makes sense, okay?
that is why I told you, remember I told you that the laws prohibit foreigners not to go into retail.
Yes.
So the Eze is confirming that the law prohibits foreigners from going into retail, okay?
That's why I told you that you need to know the root cause of the problem.
So there is a root cause why they decided to go into retail. So I would imagine that it's because some of the people that Nigerians are supplying as wholesalers are not paying. That is what now led some foreigners aka Nigerians, to start going into retail. So it means there's a root cause. So now, Ghanaians, why don't you guys settle the root cause and maybe see if Nigerians will stop trading as retailers or they will keep at wholesale? So it's starting to make sense now. So the root cause of why Nigerians and some foreigners are going to retail is because when they sell these goods at wholesale to some of these Ghanaians, some of them are not paying on time. It could be, or they are not paying at all, or it could be that, oh, they are waiting for them to finish selling their market first before they balance the person who has sold to them as a wholesaler. Right, okay, it's making sense. All right, okay.
So as long, and I told you that when you break the laws will hold you. So as long as we are concerned, the retail we went into is not supposed to be, but I'm telling you that
Diplomat said Ghanaians are full of envy and jealousy. There's no cure for envy. Guys, please don't let us be disrespectful to them. Me, I'm trying to understand this matter as much as I'm sure everybody out there, but obviously this interview is making sense. It's coming to light. It's bringing some things to it. So let's watch, and obviously maybe when Ghanaians, because I would imagine that most of them are just following the crowd. Most of them don't even know what they are doing, but because they see somebody start a motion, they just follow. But let's keep listening.
West African sub-region, as West African member states, we believe that we can also have that relationship.
So at the end of the day, it is still breaking that law. However, I was thinking that why didn't you people maybe try to look for a way to maybe fix the law to work?
That's why I'm trying to help people.
Okay, I'm coming back. Sorry for continuing.
Let me help you so that your interview will flow very well.
Okay, thank you.
Now, I said something. I said during this issue, the Ghana Trade Union realized that Nigerians, we are going out of the laws by doing retail in the market. But we also see other foreigners retailing, like the Chinese.
All right, okay. So he agreed that yes, Nigerians are going out of the law, going into retail, but they also see other foreigners going into retail as well. So if other foreigners are allowed to go into retailers and nobody's frowning at them, why should Nigerians not do the same? So according to him, that the Chinese people are going into retail. Now, Chinese people are foreigners, right? So is it a different law for Chinese people, and is it a different law for Nigerians? At the end of the day, whether Chinese or Nigerians or South Africa, so they are all foreigners in Ghana. So the same law should apply to them. The same requirements should apply to them. But so far, it is only Nigeria must go we are hearing. We are not hearing Chinese must go or China must go. It's only Nigerians we are hearing. So I think there's a deep-rooted issue here that the government in Ghana really has to look into. They really have to look into it, but let's keep listening.
The Indians are retailing some other people. We also
Hello, honey babe. Welcome, my beautiful sister. How are you? Good morning.
Opportunity. Now, we also see ourselves as West African member states that we can also go in there. Looking at the trade laws of Ghana, that you should have the equity of maybe $1 million before it was $300,000 during COVID time. During this time, they move it to $1 million as equity. You can trade and all of that. But then it's not everybody can afford this. Okay? So
for a foreigner to trade, I think there's a monetary thing attached to it. So I think, according to him, that there's a $1 million or something that he should have made or sold in order for them to qualify to be able to sell as a retailer. Let me rewind that section back.
Okay, now, I said something. I said during this issue, the Ghana Trade Union realized that Nigerians, we are going out of the laws by doing retail in the market. But we also see other foreigners retailing, like the Chinese are retailing, the Indians are retailing, some other people. We also use that opportunity. Now, we also see ourselves as West African member states Now we can also go in there.
Oh.
Looking at the trade laws of Ghana, that you should have the equity of maybe $1 million. Before it was $300,000 during go for time. During this time, they move it to $1 million as the equity. You can trade and all of that. But then it's not everybody can afford this. Okay? So if you have $1 million,
So I guess the issue now is that obviously for a foreigner to trade, the trade laws of Ghana says they must have equity of $1 million. And according to him, not all wholesalers will be able to afford that. So I guess any wholesaler who wants to retail must have an equity of $1 million. That's a lot of money. That's a lot. But let's keep listening.
you let it be Nigeria to do that and all that. So along this process, our shops were locked. That's 2013.
Just
I've seen some videos recently on TikTok where some shops are being locked as well. No, it's crazy.
shops or other people that also
These are Nigerians.
just Nigerians.
Nigerians.
Because you mentioned that other nationalities like the Chinese were
Just
also
Nigerians.
Okay.
Only Nigerians. 2013. It was my
So it said the Eze Igbo said only Nigerian shops were locked up, even though there are other foreigners who are meant to be wholesalers, but they are retailing. An example is cited that Chinese and other foreigners, but not only Nigerian people. So why all of a sudden did these laws just became aware, or did the trade union in Ghana just became aware of this trade law? Because I'm trying to understand. Hello, Tough Luck. Yes, is an early one. So why why is it that Ghanaians just woke up from their slumber? Because if this trade law has been there for a very long time, why are they only targeting Nigerians? Why are they only targeting Nigerians? I want to believe that if it is Nigerians are not the only foreigners in Ghana, and if this trade law is actually in motion, is actually there, it should apply to all foreigners, regardless of where you've come from, as long as they are not Ghanaian. But why are they only targeting Nigerians? I'm trying to understand that part. I'm trying to understand, because not be only Nigerians they do retailing. Not be only Nigerians. So why are they suddenly targeting Nigerians alone? And mind you, remember, before we started hearing of this trade union thing, of this can't trade as a foreigner, we were hearing Nigerians are doing kidnapping in Ghana. Nigerians are doing Olosho work in Ghana. Nigerians are doing this. Nigerians are taking our house. Nigerians are taking our job. Nigerians are marrying our women. Nigerians are doing this. Because at the end of the day, it came to me across as if Ghanaians actually don't know what they want. But let's keep listening. Hello, everybody. I see you.
You can go to the internet and check it. So along this period, myself and some of our elders, we engaged meetings, several
That's
meetings.
fine, Shop. Thank
with
you.
the Minister for Trade and Industry then. In and out meeting.
Ghana folks, see, I'm gonna have to go check your channel. I don't know if you share Ghana news as well, so hopefully I will get update from you. Ghana FOC TV. I don't know. Do you share Ghana news on your channel as well? I'll go check your channel out. So Ghana of TV said it will be best if Master Jesus VDM interviews the indigenes and not only one side. I would imagine it would do so, because it would not be fair of him to go to Ghana to speak to only Nigerians only and not speak to Ghanaians. So I would expect, and hopefully he's going to drop a video, I would expect him to also speak to the indigenes as well. But obviously he wants to try and get, because if you maybe you're just joining, but if you go back to the beginning of this video, it was asking that, okay, this is the case of, is this because of the Ghana king? And the man said, come, he has already explained the story of the Ghana king. You already explained that. I mean, Igbo king Ghana, you already explained that. Then very dark man went on to ask him about what is all this thing about Ghana, Nigeria must go, Nigerian market. So he's trying to make us understand what this law of no foreigners not retailing, where it originated from. So if you're just joining, part of what the Eze Igbo said was that yes, there's a law, but there's a reason why Nigerians are going out of that law. And the reason is that yes, Nigerians, you're allowed to wholesale, but when some Nigerians bring this wholesale product in, some Ghanaians whom these Nigerians supply, they don't pay up. They don't pay up. So that would be like it's going to impact their business in a way. And they felt that, okay, if they are not paying up, they might as well go into retail, because here other foreigners are retailing as well, right? Yes, there's a law that foreigners cannot retail. but other retailers are doing, other foreigners are doing. So why can't Nigerians? So obviously there's a clause in there. And also he did mention also that there's a trade, the Ghana Trade Union, there's a trade law where it says that as foreigners, if you want to trade, you should have $1 million equity. And I don't think every foreigner should be able to afford that. So does that mean that every other foreigners in Ghana who are retailing as well as wholesaling, they were able to afford $1 million equity? Is that what is going on here? But let's keep listening.
One of the meetings, some of the executives advised us, they say, well, take your people, you guys should go and build a mall so that you will move out of the local market.
So Babe said, exactly, replying to Ghana of say FOC TV, there's a reason things are happening. Look at the attitude of the average Nigerian, which is bad. Okay. Ghana 4 TV said it's only Nigerian more in the retailing. Okay. Besides the Chinese and Lebanese are like 1%, and they meet the investment law. All right. Okay. But then in terms of this investment law, how are they looking to ascertain that even all the foreigners who are trading are that they have all documents? How are they checking to be sure that they are legitimately following the investment law? Are there documentations? Are there paperworks? So I want to know how these people are being put in check. And for Nigerians to be doing it, maybe some people are also doing it sidedly, like codedly. But like I said, it should be better also. It should be great. It should be great if VDM also interviews the indigenous as well to actually know exactly, because like I said, it's what we see on social media that someone like me will react to. I don't know any Ghanaians personally doing business in Ghana. I don't know any Nigerian personally doing any business in Ghana. So I would have loved to be able to speak to a Nigerian who is doing business in Ghana, and I would love to be able to speak to a Ghanaian who understand all of this better, so that way we are balanced in our bas goals where we are giving ourselves woto. But yes, like I said, it will be a great thing if VDM is able to interview the indigenous as well to actually know exactly what the problem is. Because now it's two stories we are hearing from Ghana: Eze King, Igbo King, and then the Nigerians. But then Ghana, like, Nigerians must leave. Don. So Ghana FOC said, the Chinese and other foreigners usually operate malls. Okay, they have been fighting, but it only becomes serious recently. All right, okay. Thank you so much for that clarification. Thank you. Welcome, Sam Larry.
And do your trade business in the mall. You made a reference of Accra Mall. Foreigners are there retailing because it's a mall. Because the trade law is talking about local market. But it did not prohibit you.
So it says local trade law is talking about local markets. So is there a difference in local markets? Well, let's listen.
Not to be in a mall. Then we sat down. What do we do? Then that is how we start thinking, which area can we acquire land for mall? Then that is how we thought about Aflawo Road. That's the road we come from. The Ecowas Road, that's the road you can go home from Ghana to Aflawo. That's no government and all that. We think about that way. And there is this village called Odningo. From our NGO far back 2007, 2008, we built a school for that village. The king is a friend to us. So we went to him to tell him our vision. Your Majesty, we want to get a land for Igbo Mall. And he has been telling us to come and buy land for development and all that. Now opportunity has come. The last we were there is 2007, 2008, after we finished the school. Now 2013, many years ago after that. Then conversation gives birth to ideas. We're discussing about the land, we to purchase land for mall. And that discussion, what ran into our mind is if we build mall along this road, the distance from the town is so much, we might not be able to have that patronage. Let's do it like Chinese town. Let's do it like a community. Let's do it like a village where we can come, acquire land, build houses, and have a community where we can do business.
Just like Chinatown.
Just like Chinatown.
Okay.
It's in our mind. We'll quickly have that chat with the king. The king was happy because that would bring development for him. Now, he offered us, okay, and we can even give you guys 200 acres of land. You pay installment. Say, Your Majesty, no, it's too much. Give us like 50 acres so we can pay gradually. And that was beautiful discussion, beautiful deal. He asked his boys to go with us to the land. We saw the land, beautiful land, green area. We took pictures and videos. Went back to the king to tell him, yes, we're happy, we love the land. Then we discussed the price and the modalities of payment. We agreed to pay every 3 months. We came back. Just like you came here, a week after, Crystal TV came here for conversation, for discussion, for interview. And they want to know, and I'm not enough to 1 year on the throne as of that time. They want to know my plans, my vision, what I want to achieve for Igbo people, for Nigerians. Along those interviews, I now told him, we've now acquired 50 acres of land where we want to build Igbo village. I'm an architect. I designed this house, I designed that, I built.
Oh,
Yeah.
this house is not a palace that was given to you. This is a house that you built.
It's my home. This is about 19 years old building.
So he said this is that where he lives is his own house. He's built it for over 19 years. So he must have been in Ghana for a very long time. Hello, John, welcome. So he said he built this house himself. So that was him explaining how the idea of building a community, that was him explaining that it was a conversation they've had with the government. It was not his own doing, that he suddenly just wants to build a Igbo community. So obviously from the talks he's had with the community, with the government, they offered him land, and in fact they even offered, was it 100 acres? And they were like, oh, the land is too much, that they want just 50. So the main purpose is to build something similar to Chinatown. So it's making sense. But let's keep listening. Like, what do I know? Because I'm not in Ghana, so
So the house is older than you on the throne.
Yes. I've had this house before the throne.
When did you build the house?
Long ago, 19 years ago, 29.
So this is not like you didn't build this to make it a palace.
No.
You built it as a whole.
My residence.
So he didn't build that building as a palace. He said he built it as he already built it before he even was inaugurated as an Eze. So he built this building before anybody even recognized him as an Eze or anything, before he was inaugurated. So man has been, making good for himself. But then, yeah, obviously he said it was his people that, like selected him to become the Eze. So I really want to know, like I said from the beginning, who are these people? Is it the people of Ghana, some set of people? Who are these people? Because it would be better now. Imagine that it must have been a joint thing to happen, for the fact that they even allowed him, or if they even inaugurated him alone. So some part of Ghana people have been happy for that to happen. But hey ho, I don't know what happened. But let's keep listening.
And before God gave me the opportunity to lead my people as Eze Igbo of Ghana,
It is actually an intimidating place, actually.
it is not.
So Honey Baby is replying Ghana, said exactly, there's always context to say yes. Do you think most Nigerians will be able to afford $1 million and employ 20 Ghanaians? No, they won't. That's a lot. So I said that's a lot of money. Like person where they sell spare parts, how would they be able to employ 20 Ghanaians? And where do they want to get $1 million from? Where do they want to get $1 million from? So obviously they're not able to afford that. And I would imagine that for them to even put that kind of law, they will have to assess each businesses first to be able to know what equity they can afford. So maybe assess the worth of their business and then tell them what equity you want them to be able to pay. I think that would make sense rather than imposing $1 million and employ 20 Ghanaians. I don't think that will work that way. So I might be a Nigerian. My business might be worth maybe $2 million. I mean, it might be worth maybe $500,000. So if my business is worth $500,000, you are not going to expect me to pay $1 million equity, or you not expect me to have $1 million equity. And you will not expect me to have a business of 500,000, or maybe not even five. Let's say my business is worth $100,000. And how do you expect me to have an equity of 1 million? So I think they should assess the worth of each business that are being registered, and then apply to them. Well, this is what you should have for you to be able to trade as a wholesaler and as a retailer. If your business is worth 200,000, this is what you will pay, and you should be able to maybe employ 2 Ghanaians. If your business is worth $1 million, okay, yes, this is your equity tax is the blah blah blah. You can employ 20. Like, I think they should assess each worth of what the worth of each businesses, and then the requirements and what is required of that business. I think that's what should happen, because just like me now in the UK here now, there are other people who have African restaurants. I'm still open that I'll be able to open an African. It's my desire to open an African restaurant in Scotland at some point. So now, because I just recently opened a new African restaurant. You will not expect me to have the same equity as somebody who has been doing African restaurant business for 20 years in Scotland. It's not possible, and you cannot put us on the same tax threshold, because I've only just started. I cannot be paying the same tax as somebody who has been doing the same food business for 20 years. I hope it makes sense. But let's keep listening.
But sorry to cut
Okay. So, God is a master planner. I didn't know I'm gonna be the Igbo.
So Ghana FC said that this is alien to us. Fraud has become a new profession for young Nigerians boys brought to Ghana. You know what? In any country, if you see anybody thriving on a certain crime, trust me, there's going to be an indigenous of that country behind them. I want you to know that Ghana FC TV. If young Nigerians are bringing fraud to Ghana and they are succeeding, there's always going to be a Ghanaian behind them that is making this run smoothly for them. So don't come and making Ghanaians look like a saint here. And you're trying to actually try to put words in my mouth now, but I'm trying not to reply you, okay? But these comments you put here, like I said, even the US, there are American people who commit fraud. There are Nigerians, Ghanaians who commit fraud in the US. And when they arrest them, there's always going to be a US citizen behind them that is making their journey of frauding people run smoothly. So don't come and start acting as if all of them are for Ghana and are the saints, okay? So call the game, please, okay? So you say if they can't afford, they should do their business in Nigeria. No one is forcing them to be in Ghana. Well, that will be up to Ghana government to decide. You can't wake up one morning and say, oh, because this, that. And like I said in the video I made yesterday, that if your government are not actually speaking about this, then it is not a big deal, and Ghana should go and rest. Because your government is not addressing it. Nigerian government is not addressing it either. So I don't think it's an issue. If your government, like, it's been going on for how many weeks or how many months now. So if your government is not addressing it, then it's definitely not an issue. Yes, I know Ghanaians are saying, oh, Ghanaian work for our government, work for us, our government listen to us. But why has your government not responded to this? Why have they not said anything about this? So if they've not said anything to me, it means that it's not an issue. But hey ho, like I said, it is what is brought, or it is what is showcased to us on social media that we react on. Okay.
Ghana, but God designed the house like this, so He did it like that. He knows what He's gonna be for future. I've never dreamed, I've never thought of being a king or being a chief.
It made sense.
All of these.
It made sense. Onbabe said, if they can't afford them, you can't trade them, they should find another profession. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. That moment. And I was going to say that if they've been doing it for years, like when they started doing these things, they should have put a stop to it. They should have flushed them out. But then somebody who has been in Ghana for 27 years, what are these trade unions been looking for the past 27 years? He's been trading for 27 years. Why have they kept quiet all this long? They should have flushed them out. Somebody who has been doing this business for 30 years. What were the trade union thinking, looking at, to have what happened to establish for 30 years, and then all of a sudden we're like, okay, because you don't have an equity, blah blah blah. Yes, maybe the laws were there, they did not abide by it, but then it just goes on to show that at the end of the day, if you've allowed them, watch them to settle, continue doing this business for that long, then maybe the people who are meant to be enforcing the law were not doing their job correctly. That's just my take.
2008, we built a school for that village. The king is a friend to our throne. Yes, and Addis has been very strong.
When were you inaugurated or coronated?
2012.
When did you build the house?
Long ago, 19 years ago, 29.
So this is not like.
But Ghana FC, the Eze already explained that some of the issue they have is that when they bring the market into Ghana, some of the people they wholesale to, they are refusing to pay up. And I cited an example of where I've seen people, the way some people do business. They will bring the wholesale to you, they will pay half of the amount of products you are buying, and then they will say, oh, we'll pay you once we finish selling the product. No, it doesn't work that way. So obviously that was not working well for them. Hence why they resorted to retailing. But then, like I said, I think rather than saying that if they can't afford, they should go back, why don't you assess the worth of their business? And then let them know what equity you expect them to have. Rather than imposing the same equity on even business that is not even more than 50,000. Well, yeah.
You didn't build this to make it a palace.
No.
You built it as a whole.
My residence. And before God gave me the opportunity to lead my people as Eze Igbo of Ghana.
It is actually an intimidating place, actually.
It is not. It is beautiful.
It is. But sorry to cut you.
Okay. So, God is a master planner. I didn't know I'm going to be the Igbo leader in Ghana. But God designed the house like this. So he did it like that. He knows what it's gonna be for future. I've never dreamed, I've never thought of being a king or being a chief. I mean being a Eze or being a leader or whatever. All I know, I am a successful businessman to the glory of God.
Thank God for that.
Now along this process, they came for interview and they want to know my plans and my visions, and I told them, I said, look, we have acquired 50 acres of land where we want to build Igbo village. The definition of village and kingdom is different. Yes, Google it, check it. Different meanings of kingdom and village. Now, this was 12 years ago, the interview. If you look at my physical appearance now and the physical appearance of that video, you can see how young I was then. 12 years ago video. Now, 3 months after, the elders and I, we went back to the king to pay for the land. The king told us, Igwe, hold your money. There is litigation over the land. Hold it. When we finish the litigation, you guys can come to pay. We keep going there toward 2013. At the same time, we are solving the problem.
Sonny Babe said, Mama 5, when I started my business in January this year, I had to pay over 4K in registrations for HMRC, property redress scheme. So it was simple. If I could not pay, I could not start it. So that's what they should have started. So you were made to do this before you actually started that business at all. But some of these Nigerians, they've gone on to start that business. Some of them might not even have a freaking clue. So in your own case now, you wouldn't have been able to proceed if you've not put all of these things in place. Hence why I said all of these things should have been put in place before these people were rooted deep in Ghana and their businesses. So if by the time they started bringing their business and they've clamped down on them sooner, while they start that business, there won't be this talk of, oh, after 27 years, they now tell me to leave. After 40 years, they are now telling me to leave. So in a way, I just felt like the accurate measures were not taken from the beginning before these people started all of these businesses. So in your own case now, just like you said there, you wouldn't have been able to even start this business at all without putting all of these things in place first. So I think this thing of trade union and Ghanaian coming out is like medicine after death. These people are bringing this business in. They come in, they hire the shop or they rent a shop. They are selling as wholesale. They shouldn't have been able to sell straight away until all documentation is there. They shouldn't have been given the go ahead to rent a shop to start their wholesale if they've not done all of that. It should have been set from the beginning, not 30 years after they've been in Ghana doing business. Not 27 years after. That's when you're now clamping down. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard.
With the Guta, through these offices, my elders, we were able to assemble the Guta president and all his executives around the entire region of Ghana. We held a meeting with them in the office in Accra, and we were able to have, a pathway So throughout 2013, we could not get the land, we keep going there. 2014, we keep going there. The land did not work. Now, we forget about that vision. We have settled our problem with the Guta. The land is not working out, then we left the vision. Till today. No piece of land was acquired. No plot of land was acquired. For that vision, we left it.
So you would say the whole thing of you building a kingdom or a village was something of maybe 12 years ago. It was a dream that later just dissolved on its own.
It is a dream, not just me, but the community. Not me to come and build a village. It's for the community. If you even listen to that.
So Ghana, he said another thing, ECOWAS law permits citizens of other member states 90 days and leave the country, but even some of these people doing recently came to Ghana and never. That is on your government. That is on your border control. It is not. Let's just not start with that. That is on your government to root out those who have been in your country for more than 90 days. That is on your government. Let your government do their job. Let your immigration, whatever, let them do their job. Okay? So yes, they came in. If they came in and they are not going back, your border is loose. Your border is loose. If your borders, the people at the borders are doing the right thing, let them go and find them. Just like how Trump is trumping illegal immigrants out now. That is on your government. It's on your government.
Properly, I said how the village will look like. I also said Igbos will come to our land. We're going to have high rises over here. We're going to have shops, market, and all that. It is a vision that will come together to conceive a vision that came out of circumstances that you are seeing today.
Okay. So I'll go to my next question. Now I came into your palace, like I said, you came into your palace/house. Now that you said you built it before your coronation, so I'll call it palace and house now. So I came into your palace, and it is actually very intimidating. The whole lion statue outside and everything. Do you think you are doing too much with all of this, or would you say it is in your personality to just feel at home and anywhere you have, you just feel like I will make it nice to my taste? Because I want to believe that maybe some of these our Ghanaian brothers, maybe when they pass this place and they see how it looks, maybe they feel like, okay, I think he is doing too much, because they say it's that you are actually doing too much. So would you say how you carry yourself and how everything is, would you say you are indirectly challenging them? Because you might not directly challenge them, but maybe unconsciously it's an indirect challenge that is making them feel somehow.
So that was the first part of the video there. So the second part of it, I've adapted it a little bit, so I won't be saying anything. I'm just going to allow you guys to watch it, and I'm going to end this live stream. Okay. Let me remove this one and pop in the second stage. So I'll fast forward it up a wee bit, and I'm just going to allow you guys listen to it, and then you guys can drop your thoughts and opinion as always. I might probably maybe just turn down my camera, but we'll see. Let's just listen to the concluding part. I fast forwarded it a bit, so we are not here for 2 hours.
You can beautify your home more than this. There are thousands of men and women there have more beautiful chairs than the chairs that are sitting here today. It's all about taste. It's all about vision. It's all about how you want to beautify either your palace, your home. Even some people, their bathroom is more even beautiful than what you are seeing here. It's all about taste. I can decide not to put such chairs here and put on whatever chairs. It all depends how I want to exalt the opportunity given to me to run. We live in a world where when you make yourself comfortable, you feel okay. You make people around you comfortable, you feel okay. So as you said, as some Ghanaians are saying, in this world, everybody will not like you. Very true. As you are here, I believe that your enemies might be bigger than those that love you. Very true. All those that love you are bigger than your enemies, but it's not everybody that love you. At the moment, okay, some people might not even be happy the way you dress. Very true. Some will be envious of you, some will be hailing you. Oh, my elders are hailing you here. But maybe people out there might not like who you are. So as long as these ethnic things are concerned here, it's not everybody will be happy for you. But those that have a positive mind, those that love good things, those that love you will also love you. Some people maybe look at it and want to do exactly what you do. That's why there's some people who call them mentor from afar. People mentor people from afar. Some some people will look at it and say, I want my home to be like this. The same way I see things, some people, other people, I want to have a replicate of that. So to me, when you see
That's fine, Ghana of
angry
TV.
over it, or getting envious over it, or agitated over it, it's a normal thing. Everybody must not love you. Everybody with different interests. The way you dress your interest, so maybe like this internet for 10 hours. If it could, will tell you. But it's my interest. The way I dress is my interest. So if somebody is envious of me, it's that person's interest. If somebody is happy with me, it's his interest. That is why when you come into political party, people have different political party. It's all about what? Interest. So those that are against the edifice, the setting,
Please like you.
my presentation or my appearance, those that are against it, they don't love me. They don't like me. They don't like. They have their own interest. Those that also admire it, is their own interest. So you cannot please everybody. You please some people, and some people go their way. Sometimes you and the audience don't understand this. I'm not doing too much.
Okay, that brings us to the next question. Do you have a relationship with the Ghanaian king that they are saying you are challenging? Do you have a relationship with it?
No king ever in Ghana that have ever tell me that I'm challenging them. They rather communicate with me. I communicate with me. They invite me in their various programs, and also we invite them in our various programs. These are our laws. They are rulers of the land. We are under the authority. We are under the unction. We are in their land. You cannot exceed what you're supposed to do. If someone's land. So no king ever in Ghana has ever come up and said, you know, that I'm telling you, why people are away.
Okay, so I have maybe 3 more questions before this. Yesterday, when I was doing an interview in the market, some of them, I asked them about your existence as a king of Igbos in Ghana. Some of them said, we don't know him, he's not my king. I don't know him. So if you are the king of the Igbos in Ghana, and some Igbos are saying, man, we don't know that man, we don't recognize him. Not just that. In the comment section, you know, this is the social media era. We see people in Nigeria saying they cannot have a king, an Igbo king in Ghana, when there's a king in Nigeria. That it does not work like that. You understand? So why are these people saying this? And the other hand, you are saying you are the king of the Igbos, but the Igbos in Ghana, they are not in uniform in accepting you.
Before I give you answer to that,
Yes, sir.
king is English language.
Yes, sir.
Am I performing English culture?
No.
I'm performing what? Igbo culture. So do you expect my name to be English now? I am the Eze Igbo of Ghana. Not the king. If Eze Igbo of Ghana, the constitution of Ghana prohibits that name king. The constitution of Ghana, they work with what they call chiefs, and they have levels of their chieftaincy. They have divisional chief, paramount chief, and all that. I remember when we in their land, as long as their land prohibits that name king, it is Eze Igbo I am. It depends on what you want to call it in English. You can say Igbo, you can say king, you can say chief, you can say that. It's Eze Igbo of Ghana that I am. Let me just say, you are from Benin, right? Edo State. If a Ghanaian king today come to Edo State and they mention his name in their local name, and somebody wants to interpret who that king is, what would they call him?
They call it the king of Ghana.
Because they want your people to understand the meaning of that language, or to understand the meaning of that French language. So it's by trying to interpret what it is, but who goes to functions, and we want to know what the meaning of Eze. That's how I can see people say king, people say majesty, people say this and all that. Just like when my father died, some Ghanaian kings traveled to Nigeria to 15. I don't know about that, when the name is mentioned, me, this, that. People want to know what the nigga say. It's the Eze of the Ghanaian survival. In my local language, it's Eze. Most of them, they don't understand English. I said, I call it Eze. But it's a Ghanaian king, right? Or I can say king. But don't understand what those languages. So when people say king or no king, in all my documents, a certificate given to me by Igbo people, it's written Eze Igbo Ghana. A document given to me by the Ghanaian council here, it says Eze Igbo Ghana, not king, not king.
Okay.
In my documents, even in the gazette of my name after my coronation, you have to gazette my name has changed or added more to my name. Eze Igbo Ghana is a house name. It's not an English name.
So Ghana, you say that the Eze is lying. Why do you think he's lying? So a man as old as he is, at his intellect, well, you know what? Let me not talk. You say he's lying. Okay, no wala, he's lying.
It's my opponent because one of my people
Hello, the preacher.
have the power to protect our culture. And there must be the culture. Let's for instance, maybe people, maybe they have the structure.
Yeah, I agree with you, the preacher. I agree that he should interview the indigenous as well. Yeah. So I'm hoping that he will do so. So this is just him. Obviously, he's only just uploaded this. This is only just him interviewing the Eze himself. So yeah, I'm hoping he would.
To have their own traditional leader abroad. Will he answer this? No. He will answer the beginning. So try for me first.
So the preacher said, hello, the preacher, welcome. The preacher said, please, is this interview going to really solve their problems in Ghana, or will they be allowed to stay after this interview? To be honest, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe in a way is to help those of us who are obviously sharing the information understand exactly what is actually happening. And also, like I said, some Ghanaians might not even know half of why all of this talk is all going on here. But to be honest, I don't know what the purpose of this interview is. I don't know if it's going to allow Ghanaians stay, or I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. But we will all watch now. We will all see what is going to become of it. We will all see.
So that's now going to your question. Yes. So some people told you they don't have a king. Yes. That's why I told you nobody must not like you. If you want, that's why I should give you some little reference about politics. 3, 4, 5 political parties can come up to contest the election. One person win. The other 3 political parties would not believe him as their president. They will tell you 4 years time they will come in power. Don't worry, in 4 years time, put him out. So I was not the only one that came out of the throne. I came first. And another Igbo elder also came to drag it from me. After 2 years I resisted in the Igbo community. I said, you know what? We don't want to continue having issues. Say, Igwe, we will conduct election with myself and the other man. 2014, after 2 years of resistance, some of our followers said,
Guys, I'm going to turn off my camera so that you guys can watch this while I do something else, okay?
no, I'm not a peace. Let's have election. If he wins me, then we'll have to go. If I win the problem after 2 years, I agree. 2014, we had the election. And I won the election. I said, so immediately I win the election. This, my brother, my friend, with some group of other Igbo, few micro of them, they pulled out of the Igbo community and established a parallel Igbo community. It's the platform. After Igbo community has been established for 30 years, as established community, people have been here for centuries. I'm just talking about as an association. Now these people went and create another Igbo community that become a parallel line. So those telling you they don't have Igbo one's on the other side, the ones on the other side. Few of them, they're not much, few of them. And these artificial problems you see that came up is also sponsored by our own Igbo people. If you look at my interview during this crisis, I said, I'm not blaming our host nation, but I blame our own people. It is the rat in your house who go out there to take the rat outside and fish inside the house. So it's our own people who are looking for a way to destroy the good work of this in the promotion of the culture. If you go and practice Igbo Ghana, Igbo culture tradition in Ghana takes many waves. Every year, a festival here, they attract thousands of people. Last year, over 2,000 people. So that's not how your enemies will be happy to see you try. It's impossible. If enemies see you moving forward and they're happy, they're not problem enemies. They are micro enemies. For problem enemies, you don't have to see. So what you will do is look for a way. I remember when you had a problem when I think they arrested you, right? Something like that. Multiple times. So are you telling me that those that love you are happy? Those that don't love you don't be happy you are there. What can you do to be there? So that's how it is. So those telling you that they don't know. Some will tell you they'll be hearing of him. I had you when you were interviewing them. Some said they'll be hearing of him. Some of them have been here before them. And as they're in the market there, I have been solving that problem. The same problem made us to start thinking about the Igbo. So this is one of it. I also had another man interview that said that some people believe sometimes there's too fashionable for what is okay. If 100% people in Ghana believe in me, then this is not a good thing. Very true. As long as some, these people, they're just few. Majority, by grace, the micro, are just over there. And some elected to the man who contested. So you expect them to join. They will not be happy that that brother was able to win the election. Either through one side or other side, or through state-related issues, or through local-related issues. It all depends. So to me, I'm not bothered over that. Some people say, I don't know him. It's not our ways and all that. So I think I understand and I've got everything clear. I'll just ask you. There's a picture of the Oni of Ike up there. And what was that again? So he came here. So when he came, did you stand up to greet him or he stood up to greet you? How was it? Because the Eze and let me tell you something. When Oni came here, I made him to sit on this throne and I sat on the lower one. I'll give you pictures. I met Oni. When Oni came, I welcomed him. Say, Your Majesty, I bow to him. He is my king. I'm a last branch. I'm a last branch. I am not a king from home. We are here to represent our fathers back home. We are their reps. When our kings come from home, we are the ones that have to be comfortable and feel good. Knowing that yes, we have sons and daughters over there. That to be able to welcome them traditionally and make sure I am comfortable. We are the ambassadors of our kings back home. Whether you like it or not, that's what we are. When he came, I made him to sit here. He sat here and I sat here.
Wow.
And His Majesty was so happy. It was interesting to know that Eze Igbo, who is the chairman of the Connecting Council of all the kings in Nigeria, every year he comes for the Oya Festival in Ghana.
Wow.
He's the Connecting chairman of all the kings in Nigeria. And every time he comes, I exhort him. The previous chairman of Southeast traditional rulers, Eze Igbo, has also come here for a festival. I exhort him. When they come, I bow, I remove my cap for them. Because they are fathers, we have to them. When we go home, we also submit to the authority. Remove our cap for them. We are their sons and daughters that are representing them over there. Just like you have Nigerian ambassador.
I was going to say.
Just like you have Nigerian ambassador around the world. They are submitting first of all to the Minister of Foreign Affairs. Finally, the President of the nation. He sent them by the right. We are here by the right. Look at all these great men that are here. They left their businesses to bring and all that. They are promoting their culture. They are all wearing local clothes, African clothes, Nigerian clothes, representing the culture. Now, I married a Ghanaian for 20 years. I have 5 dollars for a Ghanaian woman. Now, without all these things, do you think that my children get to understand the culture? They understand because of this. Almost all of us here, our sons and daughters come around, follow the culture, understand the culture, dress like us, eat our food, we encourage the language. That's why my PA was telling you about the speaking school that we established here. It's for our children to know who they are.
Yes,
Like
it's
it's
good.
so that, because as we are here today, my father is gone, but I'm alive. So the kids will have, they will recognize
know their roots.
in future.
Yes.
Okay, so as we are here, we are in record of our fathers. So by your question, if only come back here 20 times, you will see them.
Thank you.
If all the powerful paramours in Nigeria, not only in Nigeria, come, I and my elders must exalt them. It's a compulsory balance.
Okay, thank you very much. I think this clears a lot of things. And then finally, from Nigeria, are you the only king of a particular ethnic group or a tribe here? Do they have a Yoruba king, the Hausa king? Do they have those type of, or you're the one that is here? Yeah?
We have Yoruba people, Yoruba people, the upper of Yoruba here. They established their upper here since 1909.
In Ghana?
Yes, there is upper of Yoruba. Now, upper, he's a very great man.
You're friends with him?
Oh yes, we are brothers. The Hausas also have their king, they have decided here.
Wow.
The Niger people, the Zamaras, Niger, they have their king. But you know, like I said, this is our local language. The Hausas, they call themselves Saraki. The Yoruba, they call themselves Papa.
Yes, and it's interpreted kings as well.
Of course.
But you put it in the local dialect where your own people can be
Yes,
linked to.
exactly. So the Igbos, it's called Eze Igbo. So Ivorians, they have their own here. The Mosu people, they have their own thing, I think, also wherever. Even the Senegalese, the Nigerians, they have their own. Even Israel people have their rabbis here, and the Indians have their temple here and all that. And listen, let me take one more thing here. That's one thing that some of our Nigerians back home did not understand. Ghana is a country where they respect human being. Their constitution is so powerful that every corner of life is included. In Ghana, their constitution approves diaspora community, that's culture. Wow. So as I'm saying that here, it's not an illegal thing. The constitution of Ghana approves me. As long as my community has chosen me to be their Eze Igbo. That period, if you can go back to see the confirmation that the president of Ghana gave, Honorable Minister Bianca or Bianco Chukwu. The president confirms to him that the only difference is the owners of the land, their chief sensitive title is gazetted under their traditional institution, but the foreigners are ceremonial chiefs. So when I hear Nigerians, some of our Nigerian people kicking against the diaspora Eze Igbo, I said because they don't know the constitution. If they don't understand it, they will not go that route. Sometimes we also hear people casting against Nigerians or Igbos or Hausas or Yorubas not to have diaspora chiefs. I laugh at them. Why I laugh at them is the world has become a global village. Before, when we came here, I came in 1995, when we came here, most of our elders who met here on the ground, their wife and the family, either they live in Aba, or they live in Onitsha, or they live in Lagos. They come here, and like I said, it's a supply that time. After 2 months, they will go. But now, as you are married today, after within the next tomorrow, you are bringing your wife where you live. I start having children here. Now, if you don't take them through the culture and the tradition of your people, the child will not know who she is or who he is. So, it's supposed to be, and now for our fathers back home, it's supposed to be one hand of our past. For we holding on our culture and our tradition. They're supposed to even applaud us. They're supposed to be praising us. Because most of our fathers back home, their sons and daughters live abroad.
And they are not living up to what they are
Good,
supposed
they
to.
live abroad. Some of them, even their first sons, We give them cola to bless them. My mother didn't know how to bless the cola. But these things we are doing in the house, right, helping us, it's building us, it's making us know who we are. We live everywhere. Because I live we are living in the village. These are things we say. But now we live abroad and we are practicing the same thing abroad. It means we are creating future traditionally to our people. And Igbo culture precisely is all about promoting peace, love. You see now, we drank from one cup.
Yes.
That shows love. You cannot kill your brother that you drank from one cup. We have cola from one cup.
Bro. Yes. Sorry.
We have cola from one pot. We drank from one cup. It shows peace, shows love. This is what Igbo culture teaches us. Do you know there are hundreds of our sons and daughters right in the street that have brought out of streets and established them? How do we do it? The way Chief carries into estate development. We need people, as it's building houses every day, people will do POP, people will do better, people will do diet. Maybe the boys in the street, even for them, you came to Ghana yesterday, Ghana is expensive.
Yes.
Change Ghana to say how it is.
Yes.
Now, think about these young people that are watching about and are going home eating food. From this throne, we channel their mind. Oh, you know what can you do? Yes, okay, you know what? We'll let them do diet, do POP, do better, do better. We'll push them to our people that need to stay. We also have our people that need deportation. We say, you know what? Where are you from in Igbo land? Maybe you say you're from an Igbo, where I'm coming from. I'll start guaranteeing for you. Maybe Eze Igbo is important to accessories. So you know what? Eze, give him 2,000 city worth of goods or 5,000 outside guarantee. He will turn back money. So in this way, we start establishing our people. We encourage local government meetings. We encourage town hall meetings. We encourage state meetings. So that you can know yourself the whole. So when I'm starting business with you, I know you want to support me. The chairman of your village here, or your town here, or your local government will support you. We created this structure from here, so as to make sure we help ourselves. Nobody carrying money with Ghana must go to come to Ghana. We started from hustling. Maybe bringing goods that $1,000 or $2,000, that's the land in the village and all that. Gradually, and even man can start with this one sword. When you say add money, tomorrow you might not buy up to 2 swords. Bigger one, buy one big one, one small one. You say buy it, gradually you grow up. So we encourage our people from here to show love.
So, do you also show love to other Nigerians or just strictly Igbo? Because
all Nigerians.
All Nigerians.
You were a very known person. To be nice, you conduct interviews here and there before you go. So you can ask of Eze Igbo Ghana. This is how it's like. And people will tell you much about it. And I'm not the only person leading our people. We also have our sub Ezes, where we have much Igbo people under a local government or a state. Because I cannot see to everybody. So we also have other sub areas where our sub Ezes are. They are taking care of people over there. If they have issues that they can already solve, that is bigger than them, they can call me. We have powerful elders here in various markets. When there is issues, even if somebody coming for issue, I'll call any of the elders who have the please look at this matter. They resolve it. It's working smoothly. And we are helping all Nigerians, not only the Igbos, because we are Nigerians, we are Igbos, we are Benin, we are Yoruba. As long as we have crossed the border, we see ourselves in this man.
Do you also help Ghanaians?
Of course, first of all, my wife is a Ghanaian. It's my priority to support my in-laws. I help Ghanaians. It's my strength. The same to every Nigerian that lives in Ghana. We have Ghanaians. We have businesses we employ them. Some are into our project, some are taking care of different things that we do. So we employ them, we help them, we support them, even in charity. We do a lot of charity to support the people. And also, because when somebody will work for you, he's also supporting you, and you're supporting him.
Okay, so this will be the final and the last question, and I'm sitting up here. Can I have your shoes?
My shoe. This shoe?
Yes.
You like it?
Yes.
This one? It's not.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
So you guys heard all that very dark man has asked the Eze King, and he has answered some questions in regards to what's happening in terms of the Nigerian retailing and wholesaling, saying that there's a tax law, they have to have some sort of tax equity for them to be able to wholesale and retail at the same time. And the Eze Igbo also explained why obviously the Nigerians in Ghana are now retailing as well as wholesaling. Like I said, it should not be one law for some certain type of foreigners. It should be the same law for all foreigners in Ghana. If Nigerians see that some foreigners are trading and nobody's coming after them, they will also do the same. But then doing the same, do they understand that there's equity, whatever tax that they are meant to have for them to be able to retail as well as wholesale? And just like I was saying to someone earlier on that if I don't think every Nigerian will be able to afford that $1 million equity or whatever. And in my own opinion, I believe each business should be assessed, the worth of each business should be assessed, and then tax them or ask them to pay what, or ask them to have some certain type of equity. But if you're now giving every business owner $1 million equity tax law or business tax law, and they should employ 20, like what if the business is not big enough to employ 20 Ghanaians? Yes, and I understand that Onibib said, okay, if they cannot afford it, if they can't meet up to that requirement, let them do something else. But then again, these are businesses that have been in Ghana for 20 years, 27 years, and now they are now imposing, they are coming in full force trying to impose that law. What if they have made sure that those requirements were met before they even rent their first shop in Ghana? What if that has been put in place before these businesses in Nigeria, these Nigerian businesses in Ghana are able to, even rent a shop? What if they've been able to do that? Because if they should have made a situation whereby if they're not able to put all of those things into consideration, if they're not able to provide those things that have been required for you to be able to have a business in Ghana, then you can't proceed to starting that business. But that has not been enforced. It's giving them enough chance to be able to do this, and I think this is just a matter of crying over spilled milk. Well, I hope all Nigerians in Ghana stay safe. And as it is, Ghanaian are still going on about the one Nigerians house, the one Nigerian house. Nigerians are doing fraud. Nigerians are doing Sholosho work. Nigerians are doing fraud. Nigerians are doing kidnapping. Nigerians are doing that. Nigerians are doing this. If the abroad is not working anymore, I would rather, I would advise those who are able to move, they should move back home. They should move back to Nigeria, because I would rather they are safe than, when it's on, because people will see videos of some guys saying that we will teach you all a lesson, we will deal with you in our own way. What if it becomes violent? I believe where there's life, there's hope. With all of this being said, I don't hate no Ghanaians. Like I was still looking after a couple of Ghanaian patients this week at work. They are lovely people, like the ones that I've worked with, and I've had them as patients as well. They absolutely, when I speak like this, they can tell straight away that I'm Nigerian. And then we just gel, we chat, we discuss, we talk about food, when I'm looking after any Ghanaian patient. So in all of this, like I said, Nigerian government, like I said, our government don't even care. So I don't think they're going to address this. Ghanaian government has actually not addressed this in any way. So hence, in a way, it's coming across to me as if it's not really a big deal. Hence why they've not actually been addressing this. But what do I know? What do I know? All I will say is that at the end of the day, all of this crime that they say that Nigerians are committing is being committed everywhere. In diaspora, nothing concerned Oyibo with you are a Nigerian or you are a Ghanaian. Yes, they will name you as Nigerian and Ghana, but all of these things happen, okay? Okay, so they are actually removing people's eyes. Yeah, African Goddess, I saw it. If there's a video I posted last night, there are some shops. In fact, the one that actually got to me were those two men who said, one said he's been in Ghana for 27 years, married to a Ghanaian woman, has 5 children. The other one said he's been in Ghana for 30 years and he's been given 3 days or something to leave. And I'm like, like all of these things, only if they've set these things up before they actually go ahead to rent their shop. You can't be coming after all this and ask them to leave, Like I said, if abroad is not working for you, then it's safer to come back home. You can continue this business back home. And I just want to let you guys know that even if all foreigners decide, yes, Nigerians are the ones that they're asking to leave. If Nigerians leave, trust me, Ghanaians will feel the fact that Nigerians are no longer in Ghana. But what do I know? Like I said, I'm only reacting based on the information that has been shared on social media. I do not have first-hand information from any Ghanaian. And if you're a Ghanaian who understands this journey, who understands this move, feel free to send me a DM and I will have you on my show as a guest and come and help Nigerians understand what is going on. And yes, I've seen a lot of videos from Ghanaians, being very, very rude. Nigerians are stupid. Nigerians are this. Nigerians are that. There's a way you can actually put across your opinions. There are ways you can actually put out your concerns without, being disrespectful. You are saying that people don't respect your laws, that Nigerians don't respect you people. But then some Ghanaians, I saw some videos yesterday that got me triggered. Yes. I saw some videos yesterday that got me triggered, and I was like, no, I'm not going to bring these videos to my channel because there'll be there'll be basketballs. A lot of videos I saw on TikTok, and most of those videos you'll find them on TikTok. I actually watched about 4, and they got me triggered. You guys know I'm a very fierce person. Like small thing like this, I will give you basketballs. I was triggered, and I was like, no, there's no point watching these videos. I'm just going to see whatever. Like I said, I'm just going to bring out the ones that make sense. Like I said, my platform is open.
You know, if you want to come onto my show, I am available. I'm available for any live stream up until Monday, because I'm going to go back to work on Tuesday. So if you're a Ghanaian in Ghana and you understand the in and out of all this matter, you have full knowledge of it, in the part of Nigerian doing business or foreigners not doing business, please feel free to send me a DM and I will have you on my show, on my channel as a guest to come and help us understand. And I'm hoping that as Very Dark Man don't go interview Eze Igbo now, you should go and interview people on the street of Ghana, the Ghanaians in the business, the Nigerians doing the business. You should go and interview them as well. And all of these questions, based from what this Eze has answered, you should put out those questions to the street. That come, this is what the Eze said. So what have you guys got to say about this? This is what the Eze said about this particular matter. So what do you guys say? You know, let's try and get a balance here, because if somebody was asking in the comment section that will this interview mean that Nigerians can stay? I don't know the purpose of, I don't know what Very Dark Man is trying to get from this interview, but I would imagine that it's for a resolution. And like I said, you know what, there's no country that does not strive off each other. If Ghanaians are saying that they don't want Nigerians, well, if at the end of the day say they don't want Nigerians, so be it. And Nigerians as well, I think we should speak to ourselves as well. You can't go to somebody's country and be committing crime. It should not be done. Thank you so much, African Goddess, for that money. Thank you so much. You don't buy me coffee today. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So African Goddess said, we have to start dealing with our government. Exactly. I have a video coming up. You guys see what Nepal people are doing. Have you guys seen what is happening in Nepal? Nigerians, that is Nepal people telling us how to do things if we want to take our country by force. Because the Bible says the kingdom of God suffering violence and violence taketh it by force. So Nigeria is already suffering violence in the hands of this government now. So as Nigeria is already suffering violence, we the Nigerians need to take it by force as well. Nepalese people are showing their government. I've got a video that's going to drop. I don't know what day is going to drop. Maybe later today I'll drop that video there. Like Nepalese people are dealing with their government. You see some of their politicians that are running with helicopter. Some of them, they are throwing them into the river. Like Davido. So my last word now, Ghanaians, please be patient. If it means that yes, they have to leave, so be it. They will. And it's a shame that my government is not coming out to say anything about this. It's a shame that even Ghanaian government has not come out to address this. But I believe there's going to be a resolution at some point. And if it's becoming now advice to Nigerians as well who are in diaspora or who are in Ghana, it's a shameful thing to leave your home country to go to another man's country and commit crime and go against their policies. I'm a Nigerian here living in Scotland. There are laws for me to start in a business. If I don't put those laws, if I don't do those requirements in place, I can't start the business. So if a certain law, if the certain policy has been set in place for you to start a business, why don't you make sure you put everything in order before you go into that business? Only if they put all of these things in order, what is the thing that this conversation that we're having today, we won't be having it, because yes, you are in the right path, you put everything in order, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. So Nigerians in diaspora, it does not make, like I share videos of Nigerians who are committing crime everywhere. Nigerians who are in diaspora, you can't go to other people's country and disrespect their rules, disrespect their policies. If they say don't do this, don't do it. If they say don't work there, don't work there. Because if the people who own that country are not working in that place, why do you think because you're a foreigner, you want to go and put your leg there? If the people who are living in that country, who are born and bred in that country, are not doing certain things, why do you think as a foreigner you are allowed to do those things? Why do you think you're allowed to do those things? It pays to stay out of trouble. Like me being in Scotland now, I've shared my story. I don't learn. Will I ever repeat that same error again? Never ever. I will never repeat that again. When I say about my own experience in terms of being a parent here, smacking my son, I will never commit that error ever again, even though I have not committed it in 20 years. It was just a moment, something of a moment. I have learned I will never ever commit that error again. So if you're being told not to do something, if the people will get the land know they do it, why do you think as a foreigner it's all right for you to do? Now, in terms of the Eze Igbo wanting to be an Eze king, that matter now between him and the people who selected him, because he said my people selected me. I don't know who those people are. Are those people the Ghanaians? Are they the Igbo people in Ghana? Who are the people? It would have been better if he's been able to clarify who are the set of people who actually selected him to become the Eze. Because yes, it might be if it's Igbo people. Igbo people don't own Ghana now. Igbo people do not own Ghana. So I would have loved for him to expatiate on his people that selected him. I would love to. So I'm just rounding up, guys. My advice would be, I'm hoping there's going to be, some sort of, clarification, and there will be peace at the end of the day. And if at the end of the day there's no resolution, well, make Nigerians, make them pack. I bet Tinubu don't say no more corruption in Nigeria. So and that Nigeria is safe. So make them pack their bags, make them come back home. Hopefully, maybe if they come back, things will start to get better again. But for me, I really can't put a finger to how some people go out of their own comfort zone, which is their own country, to go somewhere else and commit crime. I just can't understand it. I just can't understand it. Anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna go. Thank you so much to each and every one of you who have been here. Thank you so much, African Goddess, for that super chat. May God enrich your pockets. African Goddess said, let me put a comment up. African Goddess said, we have to start dealing with our government in Nigeria. Yes, so it's not just Ghana, Zimbabwe, South Africa, and Kenya. Exactly. I even saw a post. I can't find the article now, that Japan said they no longer want Africans. When I saw that post, I had goosebumps all over me. Japan are saying they no longer want Africans. I don't know why I did not screenshot that. I was just messing about on my phone when I saw that post, the article. I was like, what are they talking about? I just scrolled away. Maybe I'll go and find the article, and if I found the article, I'm going to do another video in regards to that. See, even if I'm tired, I'm tired. But Nigerians, we can do better. We can do better. We need, nobody today I don't talk and say, Nigerians, we need to take our government by their glucose. We need to take our government back. Hold them by their hold them by their balls. Like I said, that video I made about Nepal is coming. I already edited it. I'm going to publish it in the afternoon, but I might do it later in the evening because I want to try and live stream Hilda Bassi. It's today that Hilda Bassi is cooking that jollof rice, that World Guinness, whatever thing. She's doing it today. So once she's live streaming, I'm going to be out here live streaming on my channel as well. Hopefully there won't be any copyright, but we'll see. So Nigerians, let's do better. Let's do better. Let's do better. That's all I'm just going to say. But in the meantime, Ghanaians, please, Mona, calm down for now first. Let's try and see if there's going to be a resolution. And like I said, I'm hoping very that man is going to go out there and interview Ghanaians as well. Interview the people who are actually being impacted in this line of business. It's not just hearing from Nigerians alone or hearing from the Eze alone. No, the question has to be everywhere. So thanks so much, guys. I really appreciate you all. And yes, I think we're going to have a couple of live streams today. I don't know which, because I've got a lot that I've already set up. So there's going to be a lot of live stream. Today, tomorrow, till I'm back to work at some point, because I'm trying to make use of my time off. So with that being said, thank you so much, Ghana Folk TV. I'm going to check out your channel. I don't know, I've not been on your channel, but I'm going to check out to see what you share on your channel. And yeah, with that being said, like I said, my channel is open. If you are a Ghanaian living in Ghana and you understand the in and out of all of this matter that has been happening, feel free to send me an email. My email is in the description box. That's mom5@gmail.com. Feel free to send me an email and I'll set up a live stream and I will invite you as a guest to come and speak. And if you're a Nigerian who come across my video and you are in Ghana and you have been impacted by all of that is going on, my channel is available for you to come hear your views, come explain what we don't know to us, what Nigerians are doing wrong. Come and explain to us. My email again is thatmom5@gmail.com. If you want a platform, feel free to send me an email. I will set the live stream up, invite you as a guest to come and explain to us. I don't have any questions to ask, but obviously you're going to be the one to tell us exactly what is going on, how you have been impacted. And if you're a business owner, preferably if you're a business owner, come out there and let us know. Yes, I am a business owner. Do you have everything required according to trade union for you to be a wholesaler and a retailer? If you are that person, feel free to reach out to me. I'll make my platform available for you to come and to let us know what's actually going on there. Because like I said, we're only reacting on what we see on social media. So whatever I'm seeing and reacting on social media is second information because I'm getting it off from somewhere else. I'm not getting it directly from the source. So if anybody's watching back, please make una do me JJ, make una no come for me. I'm only reacting based on the second information which this guy here has brought out. So with that being said, thank you so much, Honey Babe. Thank you, everybody. I see you. Okay, thanks so much, African Goddess. Thank you. Even me, I want to go and do a few things before I set out as well. And I will see you guys later on and have an amazing Friday and a good start to the weekend. And I'll see you guys later, all right? Bye for now, guys. Bye.